saying was having an affair, I found out later on, claimed that she'd come into the room, the office. I wasn't there. And this woman was on the phone on her own. Well, that's a security breach. You can't leave them on their own. So I said, it's not true. And I even contacted the mum and said, will you act as a witness? She said, yeah. She said, I'll tell them you didn't leave that bleeding room. She said, when I was there, you were watching me. And also, this another thing, Shaun, right? She had a radio on at this officer. By her seeing someone on her own and walking up the stairs to tell the sergeant, she caused the breach. He's fallen asleep there. He's fallen asleep.
Do you want to arrest Lan? I'll finish.
No, I'm all right, lad. Just doze it off then. So it's not that you're boring, I'm just like...
She caused the breach. He's fallen asleep there.
Do you want to arrest Lan? I'll finish.
No, I'm all right, lad. Just doze it off then. So it's not that you're boring, I'm just like...
But anyway, she went up and said, we left this woman on her own. Also, lies. So anyway, next thing, so it was going to be pulled for that.
So we're going to the political elite now.
Now, that's not
And I wasn't falling asleep, I was just resting an eye.
So we're going to the political elite now.
Now, that's not
And I wasn't falling asleep, I was just resting an eye.
And it also put dates on it where he complained, and he'd gone to the IPCC of all places, the Independent Police Complaints Commission, and they'd beaten him up to try and stop him complaining. Anyway, he said, they've told me to meet them outside McDonald's, which is down the road. And so I said, well, why have they told you to meet you outside McDonald's? I said, why not the station? I said, the station's here. Why McDonald's? He said, I don't know. He said, but please don't. Anyway, God was looking down on him that time. His phone rang. And he said, that's them. So I said, right, put it on loudspeaker. I said, we've recorded everything in here. I said, put it on loudspeaker. Put it on loudspeaker. And it was one of these officers. Where are you? So he said, I said, don't tell me. He said, I'm nearly there. He said, I'm nearly there. He said, what? He said, you're not going to beat me up and all this business. And he said, so I said, why? They're meeting you outside McDonald's. They said, they said, you lied about us. And he heard the officers going on like this, telling them to drop his complaint. And he mouthed to me, he said, I'm going to get a sergeant. So he ran to get a sergeant. He's well away. Anyway, next thing. The sergeant came down, took all the details, wrote all the details. I did a statement. Took the man's phone, took everything. I'll tell you what happened. Absolutely nothing. Dropped his complaint. And emailed to me. So we ran to get a sergeant. Anyway, next thing. The sergeant came down, took all the details, wrote all details. I did the statement, took the man's phone, took everything. I'll tell you what happened. Absolutely nothing. John Murphy was the chief constable. I got on to him and said, they haven't even looked into this. Said that man was assaulted into dropping this complaint with the IPCC. This thing on his phone, that's why we took his phone. He had pictures. Now I know what it looks like when someone's been whipped with an asp. That's the truncheon, the metal one, expanding one. And he'd been welted all over. So
I wasn't falling asleep, I was just resting an eye.